All right, party people, we're back with
This first segment of the
Mr.
record is designed to improve measurably your
Metals.
listening ability. That's why it comes first.
Drawing
and that's why it's important
class.
that you listen as well as you know how.
So for this class, you're gonna need a few pieces of paper. I mean, you can draw some on the front and the back. You're gonna need a pencil, and you're gonna need maybe a pen or a darker pencil or a colored pencil or something like that. What we're gonna focus on today is figure drawing, which means drawing people. But I'm gonna do it in like a cartoon way. And I think the easiest way for us to practice drawing people is, first of all, to practice drawing stick figures. So we're gonna draw 2 stick figures. First, let's practice just a regular old stick figure. Oh, you know what? Hold up. You can be doing this in pencil. I'm gonna do this in blue. So the blue is when I'm the pencil. All right, regular old stick figure. There's a head. There's a body or torso. We have 2 arms. We got 2 legs. Now at the end of the arms, I want us to have some circles for hands. And at the feet, we'll make some ovals for feet. Super easy. I think everybody can draw a stick figure, right? Now, just like we did with our bubble letters, you can outline your stick figure and kind of give them a more substantial body. Same way we do with bubble letters, you start by writing your bubble letters first, and then you kind of go around and make everything into bubbles. Then when you erase the inside, you get your bubble letters. It's the same concept with figure drawing using stick figures, okay? So, we can do this fairly quickly actually, because our stick figure is really simple. We have arms, a body. You can make a little neck if you want. And we got legs leading down to the feet. Now that's easy enough. All we have to do now is go in with our eraser and we erase our inside lines, or sometimes I call like our stick figure lines or our tracing lines. Erase, erase, erase. Now we have a basic cartoon person, right? Let's add some detail to our cartoon person. We have, thumbs and fingers. Thumbs, if your hands are facing forward, thumbs are always towards the head, towards the inside of your body. And then in cartoons, usually we only draw with 4 fingers, or we draw with 3 fingers total. If you want, you could make it anatomically correct and go like that. Yeah, let's stick with that. Thumb and 4 fingers. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's a cartoon. Now I erase those inside circles because those inside circles are kind of my guide to help me decide where to put the fingers. And there we have it. A basic person. Let's add some details to the head. 2 ears. And how do we know where we're going to put our nose and our mouth? Well, right down the middle of our circle, I can draw a vertical line. I can draw a horizontal line. That's gonna kind of be like our target, right? I'm gonna go to another color just so you can see what I'm doing here. On one side, I'm gonna draw a circle for an eye. Same equidistant on the other side, I draw another circle for an eye. Let's give some happy eyebrows. Then where do I put the nose? I put the nose right in the middle. Underneath, like in the middle of our target there where the X is, where the cross is. And then splitting that center line, that's where I can put the mouth. Eyes, nose, and mouth. You can add more detail to the nose if you want. You could give different types of noses, different types of ears, different types of eyes. Anything we want. Okay, now if I go in and I erase the blue lines, our little cross in the middle, I've got a workable face that I can deal with. We can start getting a little bit more detailed. Let's add a bottom lip. If you want, you could add a top lip, or you could add some cheeks. See how I did that? I'll show you again. I'm basically just using curves to draw all of these features. Then when it comes to hair, you can make spiky hair. You could make round hair, like a cloud. You can do some regular round hair like that, and you could give a hairline here. If I erase the blue, now I've got some hair here, and like a hairline. I could do 2 ponytails. I could put eyelashes on, making small little lines right above the eye. Let's say I want long hair. I could, instead of making my curve go from ear to ear, I keep my hairline and I make the hair go all the way around. Now I have long hair. Maybe the hair is so long, it comes down behind the back like that. Hey, not bad. Now we're working. Again, if we want to play with eyebrows and expressions, because eyes are very expressive, diagonal down eyebrows can be angry. Maybe that would match for a frown. Notice the position of the mouth makes a big difference. Look at how different this character feels if I make the frown really big in the middle. Person is real upset. What happens if I make the frown a little bit to the side? Person's like, meh, not that happy. What if I change the eyebrows entirely? Let's make 2 eyebrows that are way up. Oops. Fix that eyeball. Let's make a little oval for a mouth. Oh! Now that person's surprised. So the eyes, the eyebrows, and the mouth can really convey a lot of emotion. Okay, we have our basic stick figure down. What I'd like you to do, I'm going to put this stick figure to the side, kind of. And I want you to practice drawing another one on your own. I'm going to do one more with you. And this time, you don't have to like copy mine. You can do whatever you want, right? But we're always going to start the same way. Start with the head. Just for the purposes of this, let's make the head bigger just so that we can see everything. And then we make our stick figure. Torso, arms, legs. Circles at the end for the hands. Ovals for feet. Let's get a little bit more detail with the feet this time around. So now I'm going to switch over to my pen to do my outlining because I trust myself and I'm confident. Here's me outlining the arms and the torso. Here's me outlining the the legs and the pants. And the feet are going to be there. Let's add hands. Notice how I'm using my circle as my guide is where to put the fingers. The hands and the fingers just like kind of radiate from that circle. Now I can erase my blue lines. Get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. If you're quick, you could be doing all this at the exact same time as me. Draw confidently, make a strong, confident line, folks, and strong, confident erases as well. Let's change our blue circle to a black circle. And while we're at it, we'll change our blue shoes to black shoes. Now I want you to decide for yourself what kind of facial expression we want to make. Before we do that though, let's not forget, we put in our cross or our target that helps us kind of figure out where we're going to lay things out in terms of facial features. What I forgot to mention last time, at the edges of your target, right where the horizontal line meets the circle, that's where the ears go. Okay? Now, we can go with, add another layer here. I'm going to do my version of facial expression, but I want you to do your own. I'm going to try something different this time because maybe I make some pointy features. My eyes are always kind of in the same place. Let's try some different kind of eyebrows. I can erase my target. Hello, there we go. I can erase my target. Target helps me know where to put everything, and you can see that this facial expression is coming into shape. Again, you now know the principles of what to do with facial features like eyebrows, eyes, all of that good stuff. So I expect you to be doing this in your own way, being creative, right? Say I want to make this mouth open. One trick is I draw a diagonal line down here and I color in one side. That kind of makes it look like the mouth is open. Let's add some different kind of hair. Let's make the hairline go all the way down there like that. Maybe this hairline is a little bit bigger. Maybe I color in the hair a little bit. And I'm also gonna this time add ponytail. I don't know if y'all knew me when I had a ponytail. I'm gonna add a ponytail today. If I want to make my ponytail a little bit more detailed, I can add these lines that kind of radiate out from the head towards the end of the ponytail. Boom! Here's my ponytail. Ponytail's kind of sticking out to one side. That's cool. Okay, let's move on to some details with clothes. What kind of clothes is this person going to wear? Well, maybe this person is wearing a collared shirt. There's a collar. Maybe they have on some buttons on their shirt. Maybe they have some cuffs on their sleeves. For pants, let's make them wearing some jeans. So jeans have some belt loops. Jeans have some pockets. Jeans have a stitch that go down the middle like this. Jeans have a little bit of a cuff on them sometimes. Hey, it's coming together. Let's say I want to do some texture. I can make lots and lots of little lines on the jeans. It's kind of like I'm coloring them in, but this will just make the jeans feel like they're a different texture than the shirt and the other clothes without me having to color them in. If I were to keep this just a black and white drawing, it's sometimes nice to do different textures just using black and white. Lots and lots of little lines. I can put them in rows. Boom, 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 boom. All the way down, doesn't matter if they're not perfect, because it gives a whole textured effect. Let's do the other leg quickly, see how quick I can go. I'm trying to make my lines pretty parallel to each other, and I'm trying to make them around the same size, these little tiny lines. Sometimes I like to get real close right up to the paper so I can get as precise as I need to. When I was drawing, when I was your age, when I was taking a drawing class, I had a teacher who made me fill up an entire page with lots of straight lines. And then we filled up a page with circles. And and we fill up a page with triangles. And we fill up a page with ovals and squares. Because once you break down the basics of everything, I mean, it's like breaking, it's like hip hop. You break down the basics, and then if you know how to draw a straight line, if you know how to draw a square and a circle and a triangle, just like we said in Canva, you can build pretty much anything out of those shapes. Now, shoes. Let's make some details on some shoes. In hip hop we have sneakers. Sneakers have soles like this. Let's make some shoelaces. Shoelaces have little holes that the shoelaces go into. You can make your shoelaces go across like that, or you can make them overlap each other like that. Sometimes shoes have part on the front of the toe, and sometimes shoes will have a little logo or something right there. Do the same on the other side. Soles, little rivets for our shoelaces. And a toe, and a little logo. Hey, there we go. That's not bad. So now we know how to draw a basic stick figure. This is helpful because when it comes time for us to pose our person doing like cool dance moves or basically doing whatever we want, we can use the same stick figure principle to achieve anything we want in terms of movement. Add a little bit more detail to the eyes. Oh, I also wanted to give this person some like rosy cheeks. Details inside the ear. There's one bit and there's another bit. One bit and another bit. That's how you can make cartoony ears. Cool. Very cool. One quick change I'm gonna make just to show you something. Let's erase this collar. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to. But, who really wears a collared shirt when they're dancing? Sometimes we'll wear a hoodie. So a hoodie has 2 strings that come out of 2 holes. Has a little bit of a V where the neck will go. Then, here's my hoodie. I can make it kind of a chunky hoodie. Now we got a person in a hoodie ready to go. Hoodies don't really always have cuffs, like a collared shirt. But what they will have are some little cuffs at the bottom. Connecting up our hands there. Boom. There you go. That's not a bad cartoon of a person. So, what if we wanted to pose this person a different way? Here's where we're going to go to another piece of paper. We're drawing somebody in an X. That's easy enough. But what if we wanted to make somebody, I don't know, for example, doing top rock? So think about your dancing. Think about what your body is doing when you're dancing. I'll start with a head. That can kind of go anywhere. Here's a head. Now I'm thinking about a cross step, for example. In a cross step, instead of drawing a straight line for the body, your body's kind of like leaning forward, so I'll make a curve. In a cross step, you've got one arm going out this way, and another arm maybe going out this way. I have one leg that's crossing in front like this, with a foot on the end. I'll make that foot a little bit bigger. There's the circles on the ends of my hands. Then the other foot is kind of curved behind, like this. Let me center my drawing a little bit better so we all can see. Great. See how I took like a static stick figure and now we made it dynamic. We made it look like there's some movement. One other thing that we can do, well, I'll get there in a minute. Now check this out. Let's do the same thing that we did before in terms of outlining. Here's my torso. Here's one arm going up to the hand. Here's me outlining the other arm. Doesn't have to be perfect. See how I'm kind of making this arm? I'm going to make this a little bit more pronounced so you can see. I can make this arm kind of go that way. So the head's kind of like leaning back a little bit. Now, legs. Boom. Trace around my stick figure for leg number 1. Trace around my stick figure for leg number 2. Looking more like a cross step, right? Let's erase our inside lines, our stick figure line. Erase the torso line. Erase the arm line. Erase arm line number 2. Now for the legs, see these legs are kind of like, this person's not standing in an X, so these legs kind of overlap each other. So look, I'm going to erase that first line that I drew, and I'm going to erase the second line that I drew. But if there's any point where it crosses over one of my outlines, I keep that outline. Does that make sense? So now, this person is doing a cross step. Let me clean up things a little bit here. Boom. Yeah, this line can go all the way up, but I actually think it looks more like pants if it doesn't go all the way up. Leave it more like that. Great. Hands. What are your hands doing in a cross step? Well, I think your hands are expressive. So let's put one thumb this way, finger going out. Remember, your thumbs are pointing towards yourself. You can always look at your own hands and do the move to say, oh, which way is my thumb pointing? It's pointing up, it's pointing down, whatever. Like this hand, let's make the thumb pointing up. And let's put the fingers playing out like that. Great. Cool, cool, cool. Erase our middle circles. Get rid of those circles. Now we got somebody moving, somebody who's kind of in a cross step. Okay, let's work on the face now. This is where it gets a little bit, it's not difficult, but we know how to do these targets, right? Okay, think about a sphere. What's a sphere? It's a 3D circle. It's like a ball, right? Your head is not flat. It's not a piece of paper. It's 3-dimensional. So instead of drawing an X like this, I'm going to draw my X is in a curve and watch how it kind of gives some 3-dimensionality. Now it looks like this person is looking over to the right side. It's facing that way. Let's go in the middle of the head and add where the nose is. Okay, we're basically ready to start our inking process or our details process. So I'll switch to another color, I'll switch to another layer. And let's add some detail, right? If the head is turned and facing this way, that means the ear is not going to be all the way on this side anymore. That means the ear is going to be more here. Maybe we only see a little bit of the ear poking up from this side. Does that make sense? Where does the nose go? Well, the nose always goes right in the middle. So this time, instead of drawing a nose like this, I'm going to make it face a little bit to the right because that's where the person's looking. How about the eyes? Well, if we just went in the middle of the circle, it wouldn't look right. So my eyes are going to be slightly towards the right side. Notice how my eyes are still in line with each other. I think that's the easiest way to start. Now this person, when you're doing a cross step, they're going to be doing it aggressively. Now we can make the mouth go over here on the side. Small little smile, like a confident smile. Fantastic. Let's add the hairline. Hair can come down here by the ears. Here's my hairline. Boom, boom, boom. There's the hair. Sometimes hair really helps you add motion and movement, because when you're dancing around, your hair is moving, especially especially if you have long hair. That's why sometimes it's easier to draw characters with long hair, because it allows you to get movement and motion. This hair I kind of drew like a little fireball. How do I do that? I make wavy triangles. My wavy triangles are pointing all in the same direction because that's where the action's coming from. The hair is like flowing in the wind with the force of your cross step.
It's more than just the record.
Great.
It's a happening.
Now all I need to do is go over my pencil with my pen. So let's trace over all of the blue lines that we drew, except for our targets. Just tracing. You can go over this with pen, and then you can go back later and kind of like go over everything with an eraser to erase the pencil lines underneath your ink. Just make sure that your ink is dry. Might want to blow on it a little bit. Hands. In cartooning, I don't necessarily feel the need to be super precise. So if it's not an exact tracing, that's okay. Those blue lines are just our guide. Tracing over every single drew line that we drew, except for any of their lines that were like guides for us. Leg numero dos. Checking to make sure that we're still recording. We are good, keeping going. This time when we get to the shoe, let's go ahead and start adding details to the shoe. So there's our oval. I've got sole. I've got shoelaces. Let's make a different kind of shoe. This shoe has a logo that comes all the way down from one corner to the other. Like that. So let's add some more detail to the soles. We're gonna make this like a Puma suede, classic break-in shoe. Same thing on the other side. There's our oval. There's our sole. Here's my shoelaces. And here's my diagonal logo that's kind of going down the shoe. Very cool. Okay, now I'm on an iPad. I have the ability to, get rid of all the layers like that. But that would be you going in with a pencil or with your pencil eraser and erasing all of the blue. Boom. Mine's done like that. It's like magic. Magic. Now when I can see what's going on, I can go through and start adding a little bit more detail. Maybe that mouth is curved up to the side a little bit. Let's start thinking about clothes. We did a hoodie already. What else could we do? What's kind of like a classic break-in look is a basketball jersey. But sometimes we wear basketball jerseys on top of like long sleeve shirts. So here's a basketball jersey. I can make my basketball jersey a little bit more like large. Don't know if you noticed, but hip hop wears a lot of baggy clothing. Your clothing doesn't have to stay in line with your stick figure because your clothing is now moving, right? This time we're also going to make our dancer wearing sweatpants. Sweatpants have a little cuff on the bottom. Whoa, looking good. Looking good. Now you can color things in. So let's try coloring some things in. Again, I like using different colors. If I had colored pencils, for example, I like using some like off-the-wall oddball colors. And again, I'm on an iPad, so I can do it fairly easily by coloring everything in that's like in a layer that's behind. So let's make this person have blue skin.
When we listen to music, our bodies feel the rhythm that we hear.
Anywhere where there's skin, make it blue. That's you doing that with a colored pencil. like a Smurf. What color should we make their hair? Let's make their hair
By slowing down, you will
pink.
accomplish your goals with much more ease and so much faster, and you will put more real living into your life.
Blue skin, pink hair. It's very realistic. Oh, I forgot. I can go in and do some detail on the ears. Look, let's detail the ears. Oops, a little thick with the pen. One half circle on the inside, another half circle going the other way. Now we've got a more detailed ear. Let's put some little cheeks underneath the eyes. So far, so good. Okay, going with some more colors. Let's make a purple basketball jersey. Just make sure I'm in the correct layer. So our basketball jersey is bright purple. Again, it's a perfectly fine drawing without color. If you have the ability to color, that can be nice. You could do your pencil layer first, then do your color layer, then do your ink layer, or you could do your ink layer, let your color dry, or let your ink dry, and then kind of color it in like you would a coloring book, right? Let's make kind of like a darker purple for the pants. Color and everything in is fun. It's coming to life. It's coming to life. And I kind of want pink shoes, but let's make it a different color pink. Oh, I like this kind of like rosy pink shoes. And maybe I'll leave the logo on the pink shoes white. Same on the other shoe. There we go. And then we'll do orange for the soles. They got some gum soles on, you know. Classic Puma suede with the gum sole. Gum soles are usually like brown or pink, but we'll make them orange for this one. Great. Oh, I want to make sure I'm getting all of these sweatpants details in. Now, last thing, you know, you could leave this undershirt white. Let's see what it looks like in green. This person is wearing all types of colors right now. So that undershirt can be green. Anywhere where I see the undershirt, make it green. Oh, we got the Incredible Hulk going on here. What is this? Let's have a look at our finished work. Great, not bad. I will make one small adjustment by erasing the white part of the eye. And there you go. You got someone doing a cross step. See how it all came together just from stick figures? All right, so that's one drawing complete. Let's do another one. Add another layer. Now, cross step is a move that we can understand how to do our stick figures because it's a pretty simple move. You know, here's our original stick figure for the cross step. You've just got one leg that's kind of swinging back, and one leg that's kind of going this way, one arm going this way, one arm going this way. This time, let's try and draw something a little bit more complicated, maybe a freeze or a power move. So, what power move should we draw? I know what we're gonna draw. It's a tough one. For this one, I think it would be easiest if you took your paper and turned it sideways. So we are gonna draw a windmill. What does a windmill look like? Well, going back to my pencil, in a windmill, you're, rolling around on the floor basically, kind of crunched up in a little ball, and your legs are wide open. So I might get rid of this later, but just putting in a ground, putting in a floor, that helps me. That's the ground. Let's turn my paper sideways because now let's draw our stick figure that's going to be on the ground. If you're are learning windmills with me, you'll know that windmills ideally exist at a 45-degree angle with your spine. So we know that the torso part is going to be that 45-degree angle. It's a 45-degree angle. Now it's a right angle. Chop it in half. That's a 45-degree angle. So here's my 45-degree angle for the torso. What is a head doing in a windmill? It's on the ground. What are your legs doing in a windmill? They're open. Your legs can be super straight in a windmill, but when you start whipping your windmills and getting really fast, there is a slight curve to them. Now here's the hard part, upper body. If you're learning windmills, you know that one arm is kind of folded up here, getting ready to stab. The other arm is protecting your face. This person back on the ground. See, now there's our windmill. Your feet. Oops. I'm gonna make this a little smaller just so we can see everything. Your feet. The momentum kind of points your feet a little bit, so we're not gonna make them like super. Oops. We're not gonna make them super flexed or anything. Not like this. Not like this. But more like this. What we're trying to show is motion. Now the same principles are going to apply with our stick figure as they did before. So first, let's trace our stick figure. Got one arm coming up here. Circles are going to help me with the hands. Legs are easy. Boom, there's one leg. Boom, there's the other leg. Windmills, awesome. I can adjust it to make this shoulder be more like on the ground. Yeah, because your shoulder really is on the ground in a windmill. Okay, there's a lot of lines going on here. We have to be very careful about the ones we want to erase. So remember, which one was your original line? That line was just helping me out. This line was just one of my tracing lines leading up to the circle. This was my second tracing line leading up to the circle. See how that arm's kind of taking shape right now? This straight line here was just our torso. There's my circle, there's my arm. Connect everything together like that. And let's get rid of this tracing line in the middle. Looking pretty good. I always like to kind of back up and have a look at it. Is it coming together? Yes, it is. It's making sense. Let's erase these leg lines. Leg line, gone. Leg line, gone. See where the torso connects to the legs? You can erase these extra lines here. And I'm going to put a little line for where the shirt meets the pants. Okay, getting more intricate now. Because when you're doing a windmill, your chin is tucked down towards your chest. Your head can still be straight like that at a 45-degree angle. But if your chin's tucked down towards your chest, that means everything is going to be curving down. Okay, we're going to have to pack a lot of detail into this small space. That's okay. That's why our tracing lines are here to help us. We'll leave it there for now. We can do a lot of the details in when we go in with our pen. Let's think about what your hands are doing. This hand is getting ready to stab. So there's a thumb, finger, 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 finger. This hand is protecting your face. This one's a little bit more difficult, so I'll get rid of some of this extra stuff so you can see what I'm doing. There's my circle. We're going to put a thumb here, and we're going to put finger, 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 finger. This hand is kind of like waving up, getting ready to wave high. In fact, I'm going to change that again. The thumb stays the same, but let's make the fingers kind of like curving in that way. Yes. That looks more like it's getting ready to turn over. turn over into a windmill. Okay, now I can get rid of my inside circles for the hands. I am going to add another extra line here for the thumb that kind of helps you know that this is a palm. When your palm is up, you've got this like chunky part of your thumb. Yeah, there we go. Then erase this circle. I'm going to go a little bit faster, y'all, lightning speed. Let's start our inking process. We're ready. Switching over to our pen. I'm an iPad, so I can make another layer. Now all I have to do, I'm going to do this pretty quickly, is trace. Oh, wait, hold on one second. Before I trace this time, I'm going to make short sleeves. See how I did that with the short sleeves? That means when I do the torso, just so they're wearing a t-shirt, the sleeve ends halfway down the arm. I'm just tracing over everything I did before. The blue lines really help me understand what I'm supposed to do. Let's keep going. Pants. You can do this quickly, Mr. Metal. Go, 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 go. Tracing the pants. Shaboom. Shoes. Shoes. Do a little bit more detail on the shoes. This time, since the tops of the shoes are facing up, I can see all the rivets of the laces. So here's our little rivets. I can make X's, I can make straight lines, whatever you like better. We're gonna add a little sole to the shoe, but this time the little sole is not around the whole thing like this. It's just kind of poking out the top. I'm gonna make it a little smaller. Poking out the top, maybe a little bit the side. Great, trucking along. The head, I think, is the most crucial part to show how it's crunched in. So for this one, since our head is kind of facing straight, the ears go on the side. Zoom in so you can see. Here's the bottom of the head. Now the nose has to be down here since this person's looking down. And the eyes are not going to be up here. The eyes have to be looking down. So I put them all the way at the bottom of where this curve is. And you're in a windmill. It's an intense move, so you are thinking. And when you're doing windmill, you're quietly happy about it. So I'm going to put a little smiling mouth over there. Now your hairline's not going to be all the way up here because you're looking down. Your hairline is going to be closer to your eyes. Let's add a curvy hairline this time. So now through the magic of iPad, I can get rid of easily without having to erase. I can get rid of this first layer. And now I have my outline for somebody in a windmill position. Short sleeve shirt. All the detail that we need. I can just go in and just clean things up a little bit. Let's add a little bit more detail. I can color in the hair. Oh, you want to see a iPad sheet? Look, boom, hair colored in. Let's make the t-shirt. Oh, you know what? I'm going to erase this line here. You could have kept it if you wanted. This one. I don't think we really need it. This helps more show it's a t-shirt. Sometimes t-shirts have little cups on the sleeves. For this one, we're going to add even more detail to the pants, right? How are we going to do that? We're going to use a cross-hatching technique. I use this technique all the time. It's kind of like I make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines this way, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines that way. Some lines go one way, other lines go the other way. Some lines go one way, one line go the other way. You can make 4, you can make 5, you can make 3, and then we're just gonna line them up. Look, now these ones go this way, these ones go this way, these ones go this way, these ones go this way. It's almost like a checkerboard pattern, I guess. So this cross-hatching just adds a little bit more texture. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect. I just keep following this pattern and try and fill this entire space with the pattern. See, I go some that way, some this way, some that way, some this way. Boom, 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 boom. Quickly, Mr. Metal, you can do it. We're like so almost done already. I mean, I'm cheating. I'm using, Procreate on the iPad. It really is the exact same principle as using a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen. So now look at that. We've got somebody in a windmill. We've got some texture in their clothing. Their shoulders are hunched. Their chin is bent. I have enough time. Let's add some detail on the shirt. Why not? Shirt, I'm gonna just add lots of little lines. I'm just touching very lightly with my pen. Instead of making this one in color, I'm making this one in black and white. I mean, it looks like I'm being kind of haphazard, but I'm actually being pretty careful with how I'm coloring that in. Doesn't have to be perfect. I don't always feel the need to make cartoons perfect. But here, check this out. We got a person in a windmill. Now, if we were to put back in our ground, right? So here's the ground. Sometimes to help show a little bit of depth to your picture, you make a little shadow. How am I gonna make a shadow? Well, see where this leg here is like in the air? Whew, that leg is in the air. I'm gonna just trace the ground part and I draw a little line on the ground. That little line kind of, let me do that again. Let's just start with one line, one black line on the ground. When I take away my pencil layer, see how I've kind of created a shadow there? Now that shadow can extend to the whole floor. But I'm gonna make it thicker at this part where the shadow is. Now this person is like airborne. They're spinning a little bit. The top of their head is on the floor and they're getting ready to turn over into the next windmill. Boom, that's a windmill. One leg is coming around this way. This leg is going around that way. And the body is turning over this way. That's a windmill. And we drew it. Very nice, y'all. Check this out. I'm about to wrap it up like this with some graffiti style for you. So please keep practicing your figure drawings. Go back to your stick figures, fill them in just like you would bubble letters, and then go through the steps of the technique to add detail, to add texture. And in no time, you can draw anything. Oh, wind. Mills. There's your windmills. Friends, thank you for drawing with me today. Practice. I would love to see some figure drawings that you create of people in their own break-in positions or dance positions or any kind of positions that you want. Use your stick figures to get you there. All right, y'all. Peace from Mr. Metal. Keep drawing, keep making art. We out.